Welcome to ESnKaz installations, repairs and more. Today, very exciting news, we are installing the Exa 150mm to the Ninebot Max G30 in the front suspension, which is the Sharkset. Please pay attention how the installation is going to be, as I have them sitting over here. It is very important because you don't want to have installed your shocks in the wrong position. And remember to add at least half an hour before installation, add oil to the shocks, put them head down so they can actually get soaked with oil. If you see the rubber that is around the shock, that is very important part because that's what it tells you how much traveling your shock does when it goes into holes or in that. So and that will tell you exactly how much more pressure you need to put, or if you need to actually remove pressure because it's not moving too much. So this is important part. You don't want to remove that. You want to keep that always over there. I mean, it says it moves, but whenever you want to try it again, you want to test it, simply move the rubber all the way to the top, to the top circle where the shock traveling space starts. Now let's talk about the pressure you should be putting on your shocks. As remember, in the front chart suspension, we need to install two shocks. So meaning that you're gonna need to divide your pressure that you were supposed to be using in one shock into two. So just calculate it, and then depending on your weight, read the instructions that it comes in the shocks. Also, you can Google it and find information on the internet under Exa Airshocks. It has different versions on it, but you just make sure that you select the version that you're using, and that will tell you what pressure you should be using. So in my experience, first of all, I try 35 in the main chamber and 20 in the down chamber. So I ended up feeling that it was too hard still, so I went down to 20 in the main chamber and 10 psi in the negative chamber. And that is a total of 60 psi between the two air shocks in the front. And in that position, I started to feel much softer, and I could actually feel not stiff in the front side. Now, just right after you have finished installing it, what you're gonna do is go on top of the shocks in the front side and give a couple of jumps just to unlock it from the factory position that they come. Even though if they are in the low pressure, they might not start working right away because of they need a pretty strong jump on it so they can actually unlock. I tried it and then it did work for me. I did a couple jumps, and then after I took them out, and they started working fine. Now let's talk about the installation. I mean, the installation is pretty simple. It's just a matter of removing some screws and pushing them in, and then switching the chambers that it comes in each shock to the original from Sharkset. Sharkset actually thought about it, and they made their parts pretty good, and that's the reason why Sharkset also is pretty strong. So pay attention how to swap all the parts from the original springs from Sharkset to the air shocks. So you can install it very easily. Now to remove the screws, and you don't have to actually remove the entire cylinder from the top, from the suspension. What you're gonna do is just make sure to see closely how I move my hands and how I put pressure to the screws, so you can get them out the same way as I did it. I do this pretty often, and I learned that that's very easy to do once you know how to do it. So let's begin. Hope I help you understand a little bit how the installation of these shocks are done. If you have questions about this installation, follow my Facebook page, ESnKaz. Post your questions over there, and me personally, I'll be answering to help you a little further. If you like my work, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. This is very important for me so I can continue to help you. I need to create more followers, so if you like my work, please just subscribe to my channel, make more videos and have some fun, and show how things are done and all that. I do a lot of this, so I get experience, and I love it. I like to share it with you guys so you can actually do it by yourself, and we all learn a little bit about it. Sharkset is a very good suspension, and as you guys can see, we had up a lot of things, and the frame of it is just well designed. It supports a lot of weight and takes the heat very well. At this point, I tested this suspension in a 45 miles speed, and it works really good. I mean, takes pretty good the bearing. And again, but high speed, you must have air shocks. In another news, as soon as the Sharkset rear suspension for the Ninebot comes out, I'll try to get it and test it as soon as possible so I can tell you how it works. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a good design. I mean, as we can tell, the front Sharkset suspension is great, so I'm pretty sure the rear is absolutely going to be great. I'm pretty sure about it. So I know you are excited and looking forward to it, so let's see how it comes out. And in any case, let's begin. It's time for it. Let's begin this installation. Just follow step by step so you can actually do a great installation as I did. Hi guys, this is ESnKaz showing how I do my settings. So in this one we're gonna upgrade with Exa Airshocks 150 millimeters. As you can see, it's a bit longer. They are already set with the pressure I want them to be in the front. So we'll see how they work, and later on I'm gonna update how they perform. So and I'm gonna tell what you guys can actually do. So we're gonna start by removing the screws from the top. You're gonna lose the bottom one as well. So in any case, this one's I'm not gonna be needing, so you don't need to actually remove any pressure or anything because it's already as max as they going to be open. So we're gonna do one at a time. And I see that screw is coming out this on the other side. So we're gonna do this one first. As you can see, this still has the original blue thread locker, but for this installation, because it's the last one I'm doing on it, and I'm sure I'm not going to be changing those things anymore, I'm going to be using the red thread locker. So put our screw to the sides, and again we're going to do one at a time. This is very simple. It's a simple installation. See, we have the second screw down, and don't worry, I mean the screws are the same size, same length, so I mean they can be mixed and they will be able to install it properly the same way. Okay, so this one is out. What we need to do is just gently pull it out. We want to make sure not to lose the spacers because those must stay there. As you can see, they're out completely already. So we're gonna have to remove these ones and install the original ones that comes with this part. So for that we need a flat screwdriver. I'm gonna remove them very gentle, slow, like this. We get out the cylinder. Now we're going to remove this one. This is the one original from the shock that comes with the suspension. So as we can see, this one will fit properly right there, exactly in. And the new shock, we put it in the same way as it was. We do the bottom one too. And we need to work it gentle, slowly. Has to have a side. In this case, I'm gonna have to use my shirt. So we don't scratch that part. See, it's good to go. I already have that one on the side. I'm gonna proceed to remove the original one. Simple as that. Now we have the fitting for it. Like that, put it in. Put the spacer in, and now we're ready to install. So this one is going to go this way. As you can see, the bulb has to be towards the outside, and the other one is going to be to the front, the other one is going to be reversed. Red thread lacquer. Now I'm getting out the right. And how I did it by tightening up this one so I can get out the other one on the other side. So now I have it out. And to proceed to remove this one from this side. Now we have it out. I'm going to do the same procedure, get this thing out gentle. Get it out. Now I'm going to move the scooter a little bit out. Alright, so let's do the first one on this side first. Okay, so what I want to show you is that, as you see, what's the difference of it. This is the original one that it comes with the Airshocks. It's very thick, and then the other one that it comes with the Sharkset is very thin, and that's to make this cylinder stronger and bigger. So now that I have that one out, I'm going to be using actually the new spacers in this one. I have those two already there. And again, these are already set with the pressure I want them to be. Again, I'm gonna use my shirt, dirty shirt, and it's out. Back, the spacers. Alright, so now we have it ready. We're going to properly install it. So, and again, we want to make sure that the valve, this one's going to be to the side. And unfortunately, like these are supposed to go in this way. You know, it says only one use mainly is used. So in this case, we're using two for this suspension. So we're using the one valve. Unfortunately, it's going to be towards the rear, as we can see. This one has a towards the front, the left one, and then the right side is going to go towards the back, and also to the other side. So we're gonna do this, align it together like this. Alright, so now again, as I was saying, we're gonna use red thread lacquer. It's actually this one, red thread lacquer. This is a very strong lacquer, so I'm gonna make sure to use it only once. Okay, have it there. It's already in. Gonna try to get out the other one. And that's it. It came out. So what we do is when we want to take out the screw from this side, we're gonna hold this one straight in position, and what we're gonna do, and the one we're gonna get out, we're gonna jiggle it until this one becomes loose, because if we jiggle this one, also it comes out the other side. So we want to make sure that I jiggle only the one that we want to remove. So that's it. Now we're gonna be able to get this one out, install it, And that's it. Again, we're going to apply the red thread lacquer. Don't put too much, just a little bit is enough. A whole drop. It will be good. So now we are ready to tie it up in the same way. We want to tie up the screw that the one on the right side is being held totally tight. What we're gonna do here, this one is make sure it's all the way in. I'm gonna jiggle it until it gets the right pressure. That's about it. Now we're gonna do the bottom ones. Same story. I wanna make sure that my thread packer is good, soft. Got it right there. Now we're gonna do the other side. And red thread lacquer. Make sure always whenever you're doing this, the key, as we can see, if you put it a little bit like this, it might damage the screw, so you want to make sure that it's all the way in, and then put pressure to it. And again, when you put in pressure, you want to make sure that you have your hand possibly in a good position, and what you're going to do is push it, not do straight because that might damage your screw. So you want to go like this, and once you feel that it's tight, that's all you need to do. That's about it. As you can see, we have the full suspension backing as supposed to be, and with 2 air shocks. As we can see, it has a little bit of space on it, so it's just great. I mean, I was worried about this because this is a mud guard we created for the top of the wheel, so it doesn't throw any water on the sides. And that's about it. I'm gonna show later how it actually works.